This topic I'm going to speak about is based on what I have incorporated in my own family, right? And actually, there are 6 points. After going through many years, I found that these are the 6 silent points that I believe are very important. Okay, and what I will share today is I use it. How do I build a resilient family? Okay, not just a resilient family. How do you unfold my children's potential? That's very important. Not just resilient family, but to unfold their potential. And I have summarized 6 points. Right. The first one is about the mind. Okay, if you look at our the teaching of the Buddha, what's the first verse? Basically, it's about it's about the mind, isn't it? All right, let me just share with you. Okay, sounds familiar? Pictures also, the image also look familiar? Okay, right. Basically, I've been thinking, what has the mind got to do with family? In fact, it has to do, everything starts from the mind. And I always have this idea, how can I incorporate this so important teaching in our family? Okay, the first thing is, how can I use this teaching or the mind as a tool to make sure that I can put it, use this tool to help my family, to build a resilient family. So the first thing is, one tool which I use is, we sit down and we start writing our family mission statement. Okay? Family mission statement, because it's as a tool. If not, I notice, we will be, if not, everybody will be following what social media said, society says. They're following the values. So what the first tool I used was using a mission statement. Sitting down with my children, my wife, my children, and sit down and say, what do we expect out from this family? Where do we want to go as a family? So these are the few things that I've done. Why do we exist? Okay? Second one is, what does the family stand for? What do we stand for? What are the virtues that we stand for? And thirdly, where are we going together as a family unit? These 3 questions, when I sit down with my family and start going through, okay? It's just like a small team, and try to come out where we want to go together as a family. I know this is so important. You know why? Because if not, society will take them away. Social media will take them away. They will be influenced by all the values out there. If good values are okay, but if not so good values, then we'll be in trouble. Okay? They won't contribute to society. Okay? They won't live a happy life. They will do what society asks them to do. So the first thing, sit down, we have our values. Okay? So basically, we start writing our family values and sit, and we see what are the values we want to have in this house. We begin with the end in mind. We begin with the end in mind. So this, I feel, is very important. We become conscious of how this family is, what are the virtues that we have in our family, what do we want to do together. And just to give you, this is actually my family vision statement. Okay, we sit down. This is Mark 2 already. So now they are 16 and 17 years old already. It's going to be Mark 3. Okay, first I wrote down, first mission statement, a family mission statement, I wrote down with my wife. Then second one, I included them when they are more older. I asked them their input. Now they are going. Both of them are in college now. So that is the next phase. I will get them involved and rewrite again. Where do we want to go as a family? And I find these two it's very important for my family. To make sure there's unity in the family, to make sure that we still uphold the virtues being a Buddhist. Okay, even at this age. And to make sure that they know that why they are Buddhists, why are they doing this, and how we are going to support each other. Okay, the first tool is family mission statement. Second things I would like to share is is unfolding potential. How do you unfold your children's potential, right? I will give you some tips. Based on what I have gone through is, sometimes when they are young, let them explore a lot of things. Explore all the things. Let them send them and see what resonates with them. Okay? The danger is, when they are small, when you start to give them a screen, what will happen? They'll be addicted to the screen. So their whole world is on the screen. So if young that time, especially they are young, take them out to nature, take them out to do charity work, take them out for Dhamma talks. Right? So these are, take them for Dhamma camps, leadership camps, and see what resonates with them. Okay? Look at their passion. Look at what they are interested in. Right? Of course, if, like I said, you give them a device when they are young, can. But you need to have boundaries and keep some control, okay? Because that tool is just like a knife, okay? You can use it to cut vegetable, to cut cake, but it can be used for a lot of harmful things. It's just a tool. So you need to teach them how to use the tool wisely. But sometimes you give them the tool without giving instruction, what will happen? Don't talk about children. Talk about people like us adults. You give a tool, what will do? It's so nice now. The whole world is within this screen. We don't even need to go out already. See, that's why after the pandemic, we're trying to ask people to come out again. If not, we're still in our bedroom looking at the screen. Because the whole world is within the screen itself. Right? So the same. So when you have a screen, also be very careful. But when I was young, I was an opportunity to see a lot of things, because I've been doing a lot of children camp. When I was about 30 over years, I've been doing, and I see what was the challenges. The last 10, 15 years was doing family camp, okay, especially with the Buddhist community, right? And I see what was the challenges that most of these children go through. Most of them are addicted. They lose their creativity. They lose their critical thinking. Okay, they would just like to watch on the screen without thinking anymore. Okay, so what they do is, we must think every children have potential. That is very important. Sometimes children are not their exam result. This is what I need to let you all know. Children are not their exam result. So don't just think just push them for exam. Make them become a more holistic being, okay? To love nature, to show respect, to become a good person, and to build their character. This you need to balance up, because sometimes we put too much emphasis on just getting good academic result, that sometimes they are not balanced. And sometimes the ego comes into play. Oh, my children score so many A's, I'm so happy. See, but there is more than that. That is only part of the picture. Right? So look at what is their potential and their talent. Build on their talent. Okay, we are in something that I think is very important to look at. Every child would have their talent. Build on their talent. Okay. Then the next thing is help them discover and explore their interests. And the last thing is let them play. Very important, unstructured time. Let them play. Let them run. See, sometimes we pack in so many things that they don't have a childhood anymore. Right? They pack them tuition after tuition, tuition after tuition, this class, that class. It's good, but there need to be a balance. Okay? So let them play unstructured. When they play, that is where the creativity comes in. Okay? When they play. And the thing is, don't get them too many gadgets and things. Let them play. Free play will be much better. Running around the field, whatever, that will be a much better alternative than just getting gadgets for them. This is what I have noticed. Right? And without the gadget, they cannot do anything. You notice or not? They are paralyzed. The thinking is not there. Without, they are so paralyzed because of without gadget, right? So, in other words also, when you want to expand their potential, this is what you do. Praise them for their effort, not for the result. We are in a society, sometimes we just say we want result. Okay, fine. In the corporate world, it's result. But you are managing your family, praise them for the effort. If they are doing something good, just praise them. That is also very important. And the other thing is I want to share with them, children have multiple intelligences. In other words, not all of them are good in exam. They have other skill sets, which now you look at the modern world is much more important. Sometimes I have people who come to interview. They say they got all A's. Then I look, what are your other skills you have? Scoring exams, but what are the skills you have? What other skills? See? So these are also very important. Now, it's not just exam, it's one part of it. They have skills. Probably some of them are more, they have sports. They are good in sports. Some of them are good in music. Okay? Some of them are good in telling stories. Some of them are good in many areas. So don't just stick to one areas where the exam only. So sometimes we are very unfair because we have been trained that way. If you don't get good exam result, you'll be a failure in life. No, that is very wrong. Okay, each of us also, you notice or not, we have certain skill set. We have certain intelligences, right? Like children, they also have certain intelligence. Look at what are their intelligence and build on that, right? Let me just share with you. This has been said, everybody is a genius. But if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, what will the fish think? For the whole life, the fish will be thinking, I'm stupid because I cannot climb a tree. Okay? If you judge a fish by how skillful they are climbing a tree, for the whole life they will be thinking, I'm not good enough. Okay, so just don't have just a certain yardstick and say, oh, you are not good anymore. There are many areas, right? Sometimes when I run student camp, some of them are good at cooking. So I ask them, let's do cooking. Okay? Sometimes they are good at planning. I'll ask them to look at their strengths. Look at their strengths. This is how you build, unfold their potential. Okay? If this person really cannot cook when you ask them to cook, then you say, you don't know how to cook, not nice one, not tasty one. They will get demotivated. Okay? So, very important, right? The next one is encourage questioning. We are in a society where can be seen but cannot be heard, which this is very, to me, I feel is a lot of hindrance. You have to give them enough space to ask questions. Sometimes they might ask the same question again and again, but it's okay. This is where they form certain conclusion in our mind, that this is where they form their capability of problem solving. If you do not let your children ask questions, they will end up just be mere follower. They cannot become a leader. So it's okay if the children ask questions. Let them ask a lot of questions. And we must have the patience and compassion to answer. Let them ask. Okay? In a society, sometimes we always have the hierarchy. That means the top means have all the answer. You just do, don't ask. You just do, don't ask. That is a hierarchy sometimes we are living in. So over here, I will encourage you all to let them ask questions. And when they ask questions, sometimes you ask them, yes, I don't have the answer. Let's find out the answer together. It doesn't mean you need to have all the answer. Right? But the thing is, do not discourage them from asking questions. So when they ask questions, that's where the wisdom comes in. The mind. The mind will start asking and thinking. Right? The next one is, it will help them to solve problems. Sometimes when they start asking questions, they ask problem. They start solving problem. And thirdly is encourage them to investigate. Curiosity. Let them be curious. where they build their confidence. When they start being curious, finding out answer for themselves, they become confident. Okay, so don't spoon feed them, just giving them. Okay, the way forward now is self-learning. A lot of self-learning. Okay, you can get any materials, anything in the internet. You can learn yourself also. Okay, so encourage them to become a self-learner. Right? So this is the third thing. And as Buddhists, we are also encouraged to what? As Buddhists, Kalama Sutta? To question, isn't it? To question, to find out answers, right? To make certain conclusions. And I think we need that. We really, really need that. Where people are start questioning to find out answers, then the whole society will move forward. Right? If people do not question, people do not seek for answer, we will stay stagnant or we will regress. So start asking questions. The best is to encourage your children to ask questions. Okay, and sometimes you have to be patient. Sometimes the question they might ask might not be so aligned to our own values. They might ask us challenging questions. So sometimes these kind of things, we need to give them space. Okay, rather than to hit back, and then sometimes certain questions they ask, it does not align with our values. We have this kind of thought as this one, you must do this one. So they might challenge that premise. They might challenge that premise. So sometimes we must be compassionate enough and wise enough to listen to them. Where are they coming from? Okay. So as you know, as one of the challenges in all Buddhist organizations are the youth. Getting the youth to come back. People like us, like some, maybe it's already, some of us are going on retirement age, are past retirement already. But the younger generation. Okay? So we have to bridge the gap. And they like to question and they like to do things that might be a bit different from our value system. Right? So sometimes we have to think and give them a bit of space and discuss about it. And give them the reason why we think like that. And let them also ask why they think this is better. Okay? It's a dialogue. It's no more, I said you must do, you must do. It's no more like I said jump, you say how high. Now they say, you ask them to jump, they ask you, why don't you jump first? Show me. Or they ask you, what's the benefit of jumping? So these kind of things all is happening right now. So we have to sometimes to also be wise enough to see. Okay, I didn't thought of that now. Because last time my staff, I said, go and do that. They do. They don't ask any question. They just do. See? So now things have different information are available. They get a lot of values from the society, their friends, from the internet. They get a lot of information. So if sometimes when we do not upgrade our mindset, also they say, why should I go to my daddy and mommy and ask questions? I can get it from Reddit. I can get it from anywhere, isn't it? They will start to have the question. I ask also, they don't know, or they don't help me to find out. See? So why should I go and ask them? I will get it from the internet. They have plenty. I ask ChatGPT, they'll come out a list of answers for me. See? So sometimes we also need to know. Okay, and the other thing is I would like to share is this is also very important. We encourage truth and honesty. Why sometimes children don't want to tell the truth? I analyze, I look through. Some children are honest. Sometimes they do not want to tell the truth. Then I analyze. Then I look back a bit. You know why they don't want to tell the truth? Do you know one of the main reasons I notice they don't want to tell the truth? If they tell the truth, they kena. You know, no. Sometimes our mind, they tell the truth. Okay, we are angry. Okay, we tone down. We appreciate they telling the truth. Even they have done something wrong. That is very important. See, a research have been done. If a lot of children won't tell the truth because they tell the truth, what will happen? They will be penalized, they'll be scolded, they'll be punished. That's why they have learned the art of not telling the truth. So sometimes I encourage them, okay, you made a mistake, tell it, it's okay. I made a mistake, I tell you my mistake. I got angry, I tell you, I'm sorry, I shouted at you. So it's like that, it's that way. So when you encourage them to tell the truth, okay, it's very important as Buddhists, to encourage them to tell the truth. If they make it a habit to lie from young, so when they are old, everything they'll lie. So encourage them to tell the truth. And the other way is, like you said, kids like to hide the truth to avoid getting in trouble, right? Focus on improvement, not on the mistake. That is the next step. After they're telling the truth, you might be angry. Yes. You might be disappointed why they do like that. What is the next step? Let's see what can be done. Okay, what's the next step? What's the next step? Okay, and the next one is encourage them instead of scolding them. That's why sometimes you talk so much, also no point. Because you go in here, and it goes out. If you know it goes out here, isn't it? Then they in their mind will say, talk to them out of respect. But nothing goes in. Go in doesn't process here. Go in straight away, it goes out. So sometimes try not to be too naggy. When you are too naggy, it give them the opportunity to say, my parents are always naggy. So you want them to improve. Even how small is it, doesn't matter. At least they improve. The trick is, they want to improve. The trick is not, sometimes we use shortcut. Sometimes we are angry, they don't do it anymore. That solves the problem at that point of time. But let's look a bit further. So do you have to do this technique every time? It's very tiring, isn't it? It's very tiring. Why don't let's make it as a lesson from them to improve? That would be a much better attitude towards life. Okay? Something that for us to think of, right? When we keep criticizing our kids or our children, they don't stop loving you. They stop loving themselves. Right? Sometimes we have been conditioned by the world. That means it has to be very tough with our children. To criticize them, tough, never mind. But sometimes we criticize everything. We criticize, this is not good, that one is not good, that one is not good, that one is not good. And it becomes a habit. Okay? It becomes a habit. They don't stop loving you. They stop loving themselves. Okay? Right? This one, I think I don't have to talk a lot. This is one of the most important things. Becoming a role model. Actually, I also notice, at times, children don't listen that well. But they are very perceptive. They will observe very well. They'll observe. Sometimes they talk to them, I have to repeat a few times. But sometimes they observe what the parents are doing, what the adults are doing. They pick up very fast. Pick up very, very fast. Right? So becoming a role model is also, I think it's crucial. It's crucial. It's crucial. In the sense that children learn from what you do than what you say. This is, I think, very basic. And the next thing is, one thing which I would like you all to encourage, spend time in nature. Go to nature. Go to nature. Last time when I was small, my children, I always go to nature. Why? When they go to nature, they don't carry their gadgets. I only carry my handphone, their iPad, or leave at home. When they live at home, what will happen? So I don't go and tell them, hey, don't look at gadgets so long. They're outside already, I go with them. I also don't look at my handphone unless a very important call. Other than I join them. So this is one of the very important things that I've learned from, rather than you confiscate a gadget from them or whatever. See? So this is a technique that I use. Every weekend or when I have time, either go to nature, everywhere we will go and help. Not just nature. I integrate nature with charity, whatever lesson I can learn. So either when we go to nature or we go to the turtle sanctuary, let's go and help clean up the turtles, clean up the space, or we go to beach clean up. Go for it. So these are things that we want them to be in nature. And nature is very important if you really observe. When the Buddha was born, where was it? Can you just from what you have read? Where was the place when the Buddha was born? Where was the environment? In the forest, isn't it? Okay, yes, one in the forest. When he gained enlightenment. Think and see. When he gained enlightenment, where was it? Is it in a building? Under what? A tree, isn't it? It's in nature, isn't it? And the Pari di Bandar. Also in nature, all the three significance, if you really observe, if you really read, the three significant events, all in nature. So nature is important. Nature has healing powers. Go back to nature. Okay? Sometimes we live in a concrete world. Okay? Right? So go back to nature. Right? Sometimes even now, take some time off. Go back to nature. Places like where you have nature is empowering when you have nature. Okay? Because sometimes I also notice even when I run camp, I said, never mind, take off your slippers and walk on the grass. Wow, some of them freak out. A lot of children freak out because they have been conditioned. Wow, cannot dirty. Got what? I don't know. Hurt themselves got something dirty if I take off my slipper and walk on the grass. So they have been conditioned that day. So their whole life, they have that thinking. I cannot. I cannot. Phobia already. Cannot go walk on nature. So these are things happening. Sometimes we can laugh of it, but it's happening. So as we are aware, sometimes that's what also we do. Sometimes can we break away from this mentality, Okay? The next one is spend time creating a loving environment. This one is also very important. When I talk to a lot of parents, talk to a lot of children, the children say, I don't like to be at home. Then I ask why. They say, parents always quarrel. Parents always quarrel. In front, loving, but at home, quarrel. So no point for me to go back home because it's so stressful. Every time they shout at each other. So sometimes it's our duty in order to create a peaceful environment. If you want them to be peaceful, you create a peaceful environment. Actually, the environment is so important. The children, if you put them in a good environment, chances they'll turn up to have good values. If you put them in an environment where people use like some simple things, I always tell. If you put them in an environment, sometimes they talk, a lot of words are not in the dictionary. Those words, they also use that. I can see they use that so often. And they talk it as normal. Sometimes they watch too much American film, they use a lot of those words. So I said, hey, this is not nice. Hey, this is not nice. Although they don't mean it, because they just follow it. But I said, you should not be doing that. Our words are very powerful. I said, our words. When you say certain things, it's energy. I said, so be very careful. Right? So even you don't mean it, it's also not the right thing to do it. So, but it takes some time now. So you have to put them in an environment, a good kind of environment. I know there's no perfect environment. Don't tell me any family don't have any disagreement. I don't believe it. Okay. But like I said, fight fair. Also fight fair. I mean, disagree fairly. Okay, don't get into the angry mode and you lose your whatever . Okay, angry can, but also need some kind of mindfulness. That's the max I can go angry. Cannot go the next angry already. That level, if I go the next angry, then after that, we quote a lot of things 10, 20 years back. We don't quote that situation. We quote a lot of things which is not related to that particular issue. We quote things that are out of the issue and make it our argument so strong by saying a lot of bad things. Okay, right? So, like I said, the environment is very important. It's so important. Sometimes a good child, you put them in a different environment, they end up that way. Okay, so I have to think what kind of environment you want to create. Sometimes you need to make certain sacrifices, I notice, where environment is concerned. It's a certain choices, sometimes certain difficult decision you need to make. All right? This one also I think is very important. Education has generally, I would say, put it in two types: internal and external. Internal and external. Most of us concentrate on the external education, such as what? Getting what? Getting our academic qualification, getting a diploma, a degree, a master, a PhD, teaching how to become a doctor, lawyer, accountant, become a cook, become a manager. These are all external education, which is very important. As a lay people, we need that. But one very important element that we need to put in: internal education. What is internal education? Teaching the heart and the mind. Okay? Things like the mind. Go for what? Retreat, some 10 minutes of sitting, 15 minutes of sitting, okay, reading good books, okay, watching good movies, okay. Education of the mind is doing charity work, doing things that is good for others, okay. So you balance up their life. You balance up their life in that sense. Don't just go for external education, important, but make sure you have a lot of emphasis on internal education. That is the heart and the mind. Okay, in other words, good heart and good attitude towards life. You might be very educated academically. The other portion is you need to have education from the heart and the mind in order to create happiness. Okay? Then the other one is do positive things to help others. To help others. And this is very important. Usually last time when I was working, very busy, but I always try to what? Weekend, give Dhamma talk, give camps and everything. I always bring my children along. Why? I have a reason. I could have left them at home. Don't come and catch up me. I can do my session. But I always bring them along almost everywhere. I want them to see the daddy in action. Rather than I talk, must do this. I want them to show daddy in action. Then I get them involved. Helping small things to help around, interact with other children, interact with other parents. Okay? So I want them to help others. Rather than I say, you must help others. And I'm preaching. I don't want to preach. I want to make it something practical for them. So get them involved. And the best thing is they see you involved. They also want to get involved. Or you just sit down there like a big boss, hey, you don't help, go and help. No. You get your hands dirty, you go and help. That is the best thing that I notice. Okay, from there onwards, they cultivate the mentality of being kind, being polite, the mentality of interpersonal skills, know how to talk to people, looking at situation. That is very important. Okay, this is by doing positive thing. Kindness in action. That means every time kindness in action, like I said, okay, we care for the environment, let's do something for the environment. Let's go together as a family. Not, our holidays are usually like that. After that, my children are here, I'll ask them to give them some airtime. You listen to their story. Okay, this is what I'll do. I will make sure, like we say, we care for the environment. So we'll take a trip down, okay, Turtle Sanctuary. Let's go and help clear up. That is our holiday. And we enjoy that. Let's go enjoy a beach cleanup. And we enjoy that. Okay? planting trees or something. We do that. That is in action, not theory anymore. We want them to get involved. And the next thing is, this is no compromise. You all, as Buddhists, you need to try to sit down, if possible daily, 10 minutes or so, 10 to 15 minutes. Either you do some breathing exercise or radiating some metta. Try to do it. You don't have to articulate. You can even put on your computer and play the tape. And all of them sit together. Just quiet for 10 to 15 minutes. If you can do that, that will be fantastic. Not just come like 1 year, you have one retreat, you go one retreat like that. If you can do, after going to the retreat, it's good. But try to implement it maybe 1 week, 3 times, 2 times. If you can do 6, 7 times, that would be ideal. Okay, but if you cannot do once or twice or 3 times, sitting down, maybe 9:30 like that at night, sitting down together. Okay, listening to the metta and breathing exercises. Okay, that would be very ideal. And the thing is also foster a growth mindset. We are in a society where things are changing so fast. So if you can implement or you can educate them on a growth mindset, that means it's okay. There are challenges in life, but it's okay. We can overcome it. Don't say everything die. No, don't have that kind of attitude. See, this one cannot work. Never mind. Let's try another one. Okay, and I can grow my skills. I can grow my compassion. You have to have that kind of growth mindset, right? The next thing is teaching them a positive attitude towards what do you call it, setbacks. And usually in life, like all of us, we will have setbacks. Sometimes in our life, in our career, financial, or what. It's okay. Tell them it's okay. This is part and parcel of life. You have to teach them this is part and parcel of life. For now, wake up. It's just like when you're young, you see, this is what happened. Even I've seen before, a child fall down, when the small child running and fall down, you know what the parents did? Beat the ground. Naughty. That means, in other words, what message are you sending to the child? What message are you sending? If you really think a bit further, what message are you sending the child? Hate revenge and don't take responsibility. It's not my fault, ma. It's the floor is the fault, ma. Make me fall down. There's more implication than that. Sometimes we don't know, because this is the way how we've been parented before, isn't it? Then we implement these parenting skills to our children. So say, if the father, okay, it's okay, get up. Nothing wrong, it's okay, get up, just walk. Like that. Then you give them a more positive outlook in life. Don't blame. That means now I see sometimes a lot of people in the corporate world, so I notice anything, not my fault, somebody else's fault. Rather than, okay, we made a mistake, can we do something about it? We have not done that before, okay? So it's actually the conditioning from a very young age, right? And practice gratitude. Gratitude means what? This is very lacking now. We take, and never give. Never say thank you. So sometimes I see the children also, ayo, pingsan oh. I say, ayo, give. Then sometimes you have to teach them, okay, somebody give you, say thank you. Basic things, just the word thank you, The thank you, because we are, the art is lost already. So sometimes the children also think their parents are what, ATM machine only. Sometimes they think like that. So no gratitude. So sometimes it's the way the parents give gratitude to others, they follow. So this is very simple. Actually, very simple if you do it from young. Anything, even whatever, the hawker give you something, okay, good, thank you. Give a smile, isn't it? Give a smile. Basic thing like that is gratitude, right? Even don't have to mention any words. Give a smile, acknowledgement, right? See if anybody help you just say thank you. Sometimes you go and help them. The C2 heavy, can I help you or not? These are all gratitude. are very important in life, right? Okay, so these are the 6 things that I want to share with you. Before that, if you want to know the future, look at the present now. If you want to look at the future, you look at the present, right? Even in our own life as a family, right? Okay, 6 things. First of all is the importance of a family mission statement. Sometimes people say, oh, why so mafan, man? Well, have to sit down and write. But that is a tool for you all to have unity, to come out at the same mindset. It's just like you are in a family, all of you, probably 6 of you are in a small boat, and you have the paddle. 1, 2, 3, paddle. This fellow paddle this side, this fellow paddle this side, this fellow paddle this side. What will happen to the boat? It will go usually in a circle and circle. A lot of activities, but no result. Sometimes you hear also a lot of activities, but there's no unified result. So this is a unified tool to make them together. You don't want to consider a mission statement, talk about objectives or goals, something like that, where more or less all the family members agree. It's just like you're running a company, isn't it? If you don't have a mission statement, how? The founder needs to think of something, isn't it, for them to be unified together. The same in our family. Okay? The next one is unfolding potential. This is also very important. A lot of children, I notice so much potential, but unfortunately, it's not being unfolded. Because parents insist this is the way. This is the way or highway. They tell you this one, like that. Okay? The next one is encourage questioning. Give them space to ask questions. Don't cut them off and tell it's a silly question or whatever. Unless they are not serious, it's different. But if they are serious, they want to find out, encourage them and have patience and have compassion. The next one is encourage them to talk, tell the truth and to be honest in life. Okay? Then sometimes they tell, hey, my friend also do like that. Yes, that is their friend. It's you. I'm talking about you. Sometimes you have to do that because sometimes a lot of outside forces. When they go out in society, there are a lot of outside forces. Very easily, if your foundation is not strong, it's very easy to be attracted to outside forces. Right? The next one is walking the talk, role model. Especially a role model. Okay? And last one is educate the heart and the mind. This is very important. Don't only educate just the learning. That means external learning. Internal learning is, I think, is much. In fact, I will put it this way: it's much more important than external learning. Okay, as lay people, yes, we need external learning. But we want a happy life. We want a life which full of happiness and harmony. We need educate the heart and the mind. So in a nutshell, these are the 6 things that I believe if you can put some into practice, you can do it in your way anyway, but the philosophy is there. The philosophy, the principles are there. Try to implement it. Okay, and I believe this can be resilient because I started my journey very young because I'm fortunate to be involved in Buddhist work for 30 over years. So my children, before even my children was born, I was involved in Buddhist work already. So I was fortunate to see, and I'm fortunate enough to meet thousands of students. The last 10 years, a lot of parents, and fortunate enough in Malaysia, there are so many good Dharma teachers. Okay, every time we have so many Dharma teachers, and during the pandemic, you just on the YouTube of Dharma talks, there's so many. And I always think, how can I integrate the Dharma principles that are given in my family life? Okay, so these are 6 things. Okay, what I'm going to do is, you hear it from my children. I brought them here. They'll speak to you. One is 16 years old, one is 17 years old. But they started their Buddhist life from very young age already. They started their Buddhist life until now. They're helping with the Buddhist work already. They're helping with the Buddhist work. So I like to invite Sheldon. Sheldon is 17 years old, and Emerson is 16 years old.
All right, so Nama Budaya and Suki Hotu to uncles and aunties, brothers and sisters in the Dhamma. My name is Sheldon and I am 17 years old. And I'm an author, a YouTuber, game developer, coder, as well as I also help to run this YouTube channel, which I'm sure I'll explain about. And I'm also an author and illustrator of 2 children's storybooks.
And hello everyone, my name is Emerson and I am 16 years old. I am a cartoonist, animator, author as well, and a YouTuber because on the next slide, we actually currently both run a YouTube channel, an animation YouTube channel called Cyber Legends Animations, which currently has over 706,000 subscribers and over 144 million views in total.
Yes, from around the world, yeah.
We'll be, thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be explaining more about this channel later and how it came to this, but I think we'll start at the beginning of our journey.
Yes, so I think a very important point to make is that our journey, actually, we were brought up in a Dhamma-Inspired family. So actually, Dhamma was a very big part of our life and it kind of guided us along our journey. And also, interesting thing is that we were actually, for a big part of our life, we were home educated. And that meant that we were actually learning from our parents, who are our teachers, and we actually learned from the world as well as from our home. So I think to share maybe more about this learning style, okay, so before that, I was actually very fortunate to be blessed by the late Chief Reverend, Venerable Dr. K. Sri Dhammananda. And when we were very young and when we were growing up, we were actually blessed by many venerables as well. So I'm very grateful for that, and it's very good to have that. And so our journey actually started with early exposure to Buddhist camps. So as Mitra mentioned, he and alongside Selina, which is his wife, have actually been conducting these workshops and camps for over 30 years already. And when we were very young, we actually already tagged along in these camps. So we will always be there participating, sometimes even helping out a bit. And through that process, we actually developed our ability to speak confidently, our ability to think critically, and also to socialize with others as well. And another important point was, besides the ability to communicate, we also developed ability for creativity. So from 2 years old already onwards, we actually started drawing. And this was one of our first hobbies. So we would draw everywhere we went, at the car, at banks, at the restaurant. So you could say that instead of giving us an iPad, our parents gave us a sketch pad and pen. So we will use this as our form of entertainment, as well as a way that we naturally express ourselves.
And also, growing up, our parents encouraged us not to just buy so many toys off the shelves, but rather to actually make our own toys and to create our own toys and games. So we would do this so much when we were younger. We always were very creative, and we created many different board games, card games, and this helped to build our imagination and creativity, and taught us not to just be a consumer, but to be a creator as well. Yes, and being homeschooled, a way we learn was actually going out into nature. So often we would actually go on many different field trips and visit many different places. Basically, it was like the world was our classroom. And on the next slide, we also visited and met with different animals and creatures, and this helped us to build a sense of compassion and kindness towards all living beings. We would also help out in different activities such as conservation activities, such as helping out at turtle sanctuaries by cleaning the turtles, cleaning the area, as well as doing beach cleanups and helping the environment And we're also doing like planting mangrove pods. So throughout our life, nature was quite a big part of it.
Yes. So after about actually many years of about 10 plus years of kind of absorbing knowledge and learning from the world, we actually converted our creativity, our ideas, and our thoughts into a more tangible form. So actually at 12 and at 10 years old, both of us had written and illustrated our own children's storybooks. So currently, we have both published these storybooks. They were initially at Borders, and later they're currently moving to Book Access. So these books actually were a kind of a combination of our creative ideas and the stories that we have built up over the years. And also we do really try to give back to the community. So there was one instance where we actually helped to donate the proceeds of the books for charity, helping to raise funds for a certain Buddhist organization as well. And another area that we branched into was actually digital illustration. So digital illustration means that we draw using a digital tablet as well as a computer. So it wasn't just a matter of drawing on a sketch pad now. Now we were actually taking devices into our own hands and having to use our creativity to put them to these devices. So with digital illustration, we actually helped to illustrate many various comics for different Buddhist organizations. This is one example of a comic that I drew for The Voice of Buddhism, which was in 2019. And then these comics are actually based on popular Jakarta tales or Buddhist tales as well. So they're supposed to teach moral lessons and to be digestible and easy to understand. Okay. And another thing is that as we grew up, as we were once participants of a lot of these camps and workshops, we eventually actually became help with facilitation or act as trainers. So actually we participate a lot of these camps in the past, but now we actually help out with the organization as well as facilitating the camps and the workshops that our parents conduct. So we can see some examples. We've actually given various talks at different Buddhist societies and organizations, and also helped to conduct a lot of workshops and camps. So we can see a more recent example. Actually, just a few months ago, we had a talk on cultivating a growth mindset, which was in Sikhyai Temple, which was in Malacca. And then just a month ago, we actually had a teens camp, Buddhist teens camp at Kent House and Fraser Hill. And we were helping to conduct and facilitate the workshops there as well. And also, quite recently, just about 2 weeks ago, we also gave a sharing about our journey at KMBS. And another area that we went to as well was in music. So besides the illustration, we actually love to play music, and our parents were very supportive, and they encouraged us to develop this passion as well. So now as a band, my brother and I, we actually play music and songs. And we actually perform at a lot of Buddhist conventions and events.
For me, I play the guitar and I'm the singer.
Yeah, and for me, I'm the pianist. So we actually perform, I think our largest crowd was at Arya Vihara Charity Luncheon, which was in 2022. We actually performed to over 500 plus people. And this was also to venerable members of the Sangha, such as Ajahn Brahm, Venerable Saranankara, Sumangala, and other monks and nuns as well. And another similar instance was in 2018, where we actually composed and performed music for the Metta Convention. And we also gave a live drawing demonstration as well. So this was to about 400 plus people. And another key point in our journey is that we are constantly striving for improvement, and we always want to see where we can grow and develop. So since Dhamma has been a very, very big part of our lives, we're still continuing associating the Dhamma and the whys. So we always attend talks, various workshops, and learn from others, as well as we also share our own ideas as well. Yep, so actually for reaching 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, we received the Silver Creator Award, which YouTube offers, and as well as we post on another platform called Bilibili, which you can think of as the YouTube platform, but in China. And that we also managed to reach 100,000 followers, and in turn also received the Bilibili Silver Creator Award as well. And currently, this is where the channel stands today. So what we now create is a lot of animations or of video games or popular shows or movies, and actually it's been doing quite well recently.
And yes, the channel now, as we said before, stands at over 706,000 subscribers with over 144 million views in total. So what kind of content do we create? Basically, we make animations based on video games that are popular around our ages and younger, as well as we add our own comedic twists and story to it. So we basically write our own scripts, we do the animation, and then we do the video editing for all of these videos as well. And of course, over our journey, we have also improved our workflow and our processes of doing these animations. At the beginning, I started by only using iPad, as well as a beginner software. But now, we both use digital drawing tablets as well as industry level software.
Yes, and I think a very great thing to see is that our outreach is actually quite large. Globally, our largest audience is actually from the US, and then we are followed by other countries like Russia, Philippines, Indonesia. So we're glad that our presence of the YouTube channel has actually managed to reach many different countries as well. And I think the response has been very heartwarming to see. We've actually received quite a number of fan arts from different fans from around the world. They draw the character digitally. His name is the channel mascot. It's called Cyber Legends. So this is actually quite a number of fan arts from around the world that we have received. And also, it's very great to see the comments as well. So we will have many comments saying, they enjoyed the video, they really found it entertaining, or some of them actually were inspired to start creating animations after having watched our videos as well. So I think we're very glad to see others being inspired the same way we were inspired from reading a lot of books and comics. I think it's great to see this kind of influence as well. So I think to kind of wrap up, what is the concept that ties our life together? And I think this is very important, and it's the idea of a growth mindset. So the growth mindset, the idea of it is that the mind and one's skills and abilities is something that is not fixed, it's not static. So it can constantly grow and develop. So maybe the best way to illustrate this is through the statements that you see in the slide. So it might say something like, a fixed mindset might say something like, oh, I can't do this, or it's too hard, or I'm too young or too old for this. But the idea of a growth mindset is that whenever we encounter a problem or some adversity, we can look at it very differently and in a way that can help us overcome the problems in the future. Things like saying, okay, with more practice, it'll be easier. It may take time or effort, but we eventually can make it. And this mindset wasn't just something that we developed, but our parents imparted onto us as well. And I think this is very important because both the parent as well as us, we had to have a growth mindset. The way that we were raised up was really somewhat unconventional, but I think we managed to go with the flow and found our own footing as well. So I think keeping an open mind is very important in today's generation as well. And I think to end off with a very relevant quote that we like to share, we like to say that,
yeah, our quote is we always stand by, is to find your passion, follow it.
Stay creative and don't let your mind be the limit.